Welcome back! In our last session, we talked about why DevOps exists and why it matters. Now it's time to start laying the building blocks of DevOps, the foundations and governance structures that make everything work smoothly. And because we're in the Salesforce ecosystem, we'll look at this with some Salesforce-specific considerations. So, with that being said, let's talk about DevOps principles in Salesforce. At its core, DevOps is about collaboration, automation, and feedback loops, but Salesforce introduces some unique twists. Unlike traditional software development where you build code locally and push it to servers, Salesforce is a metadata-driven platform. This means you're managing configurations, not just code. Changes often happen directly in sandboxes. And importantly, multiple teams can be working in parallel on the same environment. That makes governance even more important. 5 key principles of DevOps still apply here. Collaboration breaks down silos between admins, developers, testers, and operations. Automation use CI/CD pipelines to automate builds, tests, and deployments. Continuous feedback get fast feedback from users and monitoring tools. Continuous improvement learn from every release, refine your process. Security by design integrate security from the start, not at the end. In Salesforce, we add a 6th. Visibility across orgs, because without it, teams accidentally step on each other's changes. Next, let's get into governance foundations simplified. Governance often sounds scary, like paperwork and approvals. But think of governance as traffic lights for your DevOps journey. Green means go fast with confidence. Yellow means slow down and check quality. Red means stop before making a costly mistake. Good governance answers questions like, who can make changes in production? How do we review changes before they go live? Or what's our rollback plan if something breaks? For Salesforce, this includes clear environment strategy, Dev, QA, UAT, Prod. Defined approval process for releases. Change logging and auditability, especially for compliance-heavy industries. When governance is done right, it removes friction rather than adds it. It gives teams confidence to move fast because they know there's a safety net. Next, let's talk about who does what. In Salesforce DevOps, you'll often see these roles. The release manager. They orchestrate the release pipeline. Developers and admins are the ones building features, fixing bugs, and often building the architecture of the software. QA testers validate quality before deployment. Platform owner or COE lead ensures alignment with enterprise standards. Business stakeholders approve changes where necessary. Clear roles prevent last-minute confusion and production emergencies. Everyone should know. What am I responsible for? What decisions can I make? When do I hand off to someone else? One of the biggest slowdowns in Salesforce delivery isn't technical. It's how work gets requested. An optimized work intake process makes sure requests are clearly defined, priorities are visible, dependencies are understood. You can use a simple Kanban board or a formal tool like Jira, but the goal is the same. Make sure your team is working on the right things in the right order, not just the loudest requests. A mature team isn't just about skill level, it's about behavior. Ask yourself, do we collaborate or throw things over the wall? Do we measure our performance or just react to problems? Do we learn from incidents or move on without reflection? Teams that continuously improve, adopt automation, and share knowledge grow into high-performing teams. Governance helps guide that maturity journey without stifling creativity. Finally, let's talk culture. DevOps culture is about blame-free collaboration, shared accountability, and rapid learning. In Salesforce, this is even more critical because changes are happening fast. Admins and developers often work side by side. Business users expect quick turnaround. So your culture must encourage transparency, respect, and learning from failure. When governance, roles, and culture align, you unlock the ability to scale Salesforce delivery safely and predictably. This is where bespoke Salesforce tools make a real difference. They're built by people who understand Salesforce culture and challenges. They provide features and workflows that reinforce DevOps best practices specific to your platform. They give you visibility into what's happening. They catch problems before they become crises, and they help you deliver faster and safer than generic alternatives. So to recap, DevOps in Salesforce is built on the same principles as traditional DevOps, but with unique considerations around metadata and shared environments. Clear roles, optimized intake, and a strong team culture make delivery predictable and smooth. Bespoke Salesforce tools fit into your unified workflows while standing out with capabilities that only deep Salesforce knowledge enables. They help you implement faster, deliver more reliably, and maintain stronger security. And coming soon, we'll explore DevSecOps, how to integrate security into every stage of your DevOps pipeline.